Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I'm doing just fine. It was 52 degrees this morning when I got up. How nice is that? It is. We have a cool front finally. Fall has arrived here. I don't know how long it'll last, but we're going to enjoy it while we can. It's so beautiful outside. It's going to be in the 80s today instead of, 97, 98. So we'll take it. We'll take it. I hope everybody's having a beautiful fall. It just started. So, here, usually our leaves don't fall and don't start changing color. I mean, not falling till almost till Thanksgiving. So around Thanksgiving time, is when our little bit of color comes in for us. So we're way behind, but that's usually because we have a lot less rain. We've had pretty good rainfall this year, so maybe they'll change a little bit earlier. I hope so. But it looks like our weather pattern is changing here for sure, for sure. So it's getting cooler, and I think we're going to have a really cool winter again. Okay, so you guys know I've been really busy. I'm still doing a lot of readings every day. I'm doing a lot of healings. That takes up a lot of the mornings. First thing I do is I do my healings in the morning. I want to get those done and over with. I put them to the side, and then I can go about my day. It kind of nags on me when I know people need healing, and I like to do it for a few days in a row. They can have a more culminative effect on them. So I do that in the mornings and do my readings and portal closings and things like that. If you need a cleanse, portal closing, I'm doing chakra balancing and lining and opening. And I found out that when I'm doing that in conjunction with healing, if I first will go through their chakras and balance all their chakras, ground them, and then do the healing, it works out better. So my husband, on the harvest moon, I don't know if you guys did this. I should have put out a video, but all of you guys probably know it. On the harvest moon or any kind of full moon, it's a good time to charge up your crystals, harvest moon especially. So that's what I did. I'd put out my crystals out there for a couple of hours, and after they were out there for a few hours, I did a healing on my husband that night. I did a few healings on several people, but my husband, I'm right here. I know I can get instant feedback for him. And he's scheduled to have surgery. He was supposed to have surgery on his shoulder on Thursday, but it's been canceled right now. Anyway, he had no pain in his shoulder for 2 nights and 2 days. And he has had pain 24/7 for months, And I've been doing healings and healings on him. It will relieve it a little bit, but then it'll come back. But this is the first time he was completely without pain for 2 nights in a row, and he slept really well. He didn't have to take any Advil. He didn't put Aspirin or Tiger Balm on his shoulder, nothing. So it was very exciting. But today, this morning, the pain started creeping back. It started coming back again. So I did another chakra balancing for him and grounding, and another healing for him. He's gone today to work on, I think, he took his Mercedes in for something, I don't know. So he's gone. He's gone doing that, and I did the healing before he left, and before he left, he told me his shoulder was feeling better. So I'm glad. And he can feel it when I'm working on him. He says he can feel it. Last night when he was uncomfortable, I just started doing a healing for him last night. I just reach over and start touching him, and he's able to go back to sleep. It helps him a lot. But that kitty cat, you guys, y'all know my little Addie cat. Oh my gosh, she would not let me sleep last night. I have hardly slept at all. She is a little stinker. She, on the one hand, has gotten a lot more calm and a lot sweeter. She's not as aggressive as she used to be. She's not like, used to be I would just try to pet her and she's like, meow, Now she's just like all about the petting. She's changing. I guess she's just becoming an adult kitty. So she's changing and she's a lot more calm. It's nice. But she likes to wake me up at 4 o'clock in the morning to eat. Now, I had gotten her to do a little later, and it was going good. But all of a sudden last night, she woke me up. It was like quarter till 4, And I was like, oh, hell no, we're not getting up this early. You've been bothering me every morning. I tried to ignore her because she comes up to my face. She'll lick my nose. She'll start out real sweet. If I don't, get up and start petting her and talking to her, she gets mad. She gets mad. So she gets on top of at the very top of our headboard that's really tall, and she'll dive bomb on my head. I mean, hard. Get up, lady, get up. And I was like, I'm not feeding you at 3:45 in the morning. I'm not doing it. Oh my God, she was terrorizing us, literally terrorizing us. So, and I don't have the heart just to open the door and throw her out of our room. I don't do that. So I got up and I fed her. And by then I was wide awake because it was a few minutes after 4. She'd been for 20 minutes aggravating the heck out of us. So I got up and fed her, and I even gave her a little extra food because she was acting ravenous. I mean, ravenous. So I'm like, fine, here's your food, here's some more, settle down. She could not settle down. She was so wound up because I didn't get up and start petting her, and I didn't do the habit that we usually do. I will not do that again. When that cat wants to eat, I'm just going to get up and feed her and go back to sleep if I can. Problem with me is when I'm awake, I'm awake. I can't go back to sleep very easily. So anyway. She's a little stinker. She's around here somewhere. She's over here. I can see her. She's sitting in the window right here. Maybe she'll come up here. Anyway, so my husband was supposed to have surgery on his shoulder. He has a rotator cuff tear. We went to the surgeon, looked at it, and all saw it on the MRI. And I've just really been honing in on that when I'm doing the healing on that tear, because now I can see it in my mind because I saw it on the MRI. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. He has to have an echocardiogram and some more blood tests done. They thought they were going to do it Thursday, and his doctor said, wait a minute. His cardiologist said, wait a minute. We need to do some tests before he has surgery. So they put the brakes on it. So he's already had his blood test, and when we get the results back, and he's got to go do the echocardiogram on his heart. Everything's okay. He'll have the surgery. I don't know when. We have a show coming up. We do our jewelry and gift show. It's at the end of the month in October. So, but I think his surgery will be outpatient. So it'll only be a 2-hour surgery. It won't be too bad. So, all right. So what else is going on? Well, my daughter, she's living with me, the one that got a divorce, and with her 2 sons. They're living here. They're not very happy living at Grandma and Grandpa's house. Unfortunately, they have to share a room. It's tighter here. They don't really have their privacy. Me and my husband, we're here. We live here. That's our house. And, they're uncomfortable, and it's very obvious that they are. It's very sad, and I feel like I don't know, it feels like I feel this energy from the kids. They're so sad, and they're so, it's almost like they're angry with us that we let them stay here, you know what I mean? Because they want to be in their own house. Their father has the house that they were living in, and because we're providing a place, and they really want to go back to their dad. So I feel all this energy, and it's so hard, y'all. It's so hard. And it's just, it's sad. It's just a very difficult situation. It really is. And I don't feel like what me and my husband provide is appreciated by my daughter or the kids, which is really, really sad. My daughter confided to me. I shouldn't even tell y'all this. If she sees this, she'll be so upset. I told y'all. I don't think she watches my videos, though. But she told me, I tried to talk to her, and it escalated. She told me it's a prison for her here. Her children and her are here in a prison. After I've tried to make them as comfortable as possible, they have 2 bedrooms. My daughter takes one, the boys take the other. Try to cook them dinner every night. I've tried to do everything I can to make them feel loved, comfortable, and happy. And then she told me it was a prison. She said, we're in a prison here. It was so hurtful, y'all. What would you do if your daughter told you that? You know what I did? Yeah, that's what I did. Yes. I said, you can get the F out then. That's what I told her. Yeah, not good. So I had a really bad day yesterday. Lots of crying, lots of bad day. So my daughter moved back in with her ex-husband. Yeah, he's such a bad guy and so abusive. And I don't know. But she moved back in with him. Not as abusive as her mother. I don't know what's going on there, y'all. I really don't. It's painful. That's all I can say. It's painful. It's really, really painful. All right. So anyway, I wasn't planning on saying that, but it's on my mind. It's on my heart, and it's really, I don't know when it's very, very hard situation for me to deal with. It's very hurtful, and everybody says I shouldn't take things so personal, but when, I don't know. I guess sensitive, when you're sensitive to other energies, you can't, it just builds up and builds up and builds up on you. So kind of went out like that. Anyway, said the wrong thing. That's for sure. And my husband told me a story. He told me something that now it makes sense to him. He said his mother died when he was a teenager. I think he was around where my grandchild is, around 14, 15 years old, something like that. His mother died, and his other siblings were much younger than him. He has siblings 7, 8 years younger than him, so they were a lot younger. He had one sister older, but the grandmother came to live with them and take care of them, he said, and she fed them, took care of them, but of course she couldn't control them, and they didn't really listen to her like a parent, They didn't treat her like a parent, of course, and that's kind of what's happening here to me and my husband. They're not treating us like a parent. They're treating us like somebody that maybe is bothering them, you know what I mean? Telling them, I don't really tell them what to do. But anyway, the story is that my husband said he can remember his grandmother crying and crying. And I have cried and cried, y'all. And now he says it makes sense to him now. He didn't realize it as a youngster, as a teenager. He didn't understand what was wrong with his grandmother. But because she was trying her best to take care of these children and it wasn't being appreciated, And he was just feeling, she was just feeling all this pain of not being appreciated and not being able to help raise these children in a way that a mother would, She knew she was feeling rejected, evidently, And he said, gosh, I just remember her. She would just sit in a corner and she would just be crying and crying, and we didn't understand why she was crying. But he feels the pain now. He feels it really well, and he's like, now I understand her pain. I know why she was crying. So, full circle. Things come full circle for us. All right, guys. I'm going to do a little bit of a reading here about this Gabby Petito, the young lady that evidently she may have been, killed by somebody. She's that little TikTok girl that made all the TikToks. Beautiful, beautiful girl, beautiful. And her and her fiance were traveling in Wyoming, and they've just found her remains. He went back home to Florida without her in her van, I think, and didn't even say, hey, my girlfriend's missing or anything. It's very weird. When I'm asking Spirit about what was going on with them, it's too soon for me to speak with Gabby. It's too soon. She's being sheltered and protected. But what I am being shown is I am seeing some tussling around. I think this happened at nighttime. I feel like she's being choked. She's being choked, and I think Brian choked her. I think he's choked her many times. I think he's choked her a few times before. They've had fights where, they're tussling around and fighting, and that he's choked her. It's not the first time, put it that way. but I feel like maybe it went too far this time. I can literally hear that Brian saying, nothing's enough, nothing's enough. It's nothing's enough for you, nothing's enough for you. I feel like that's what he's saying to her. It's like his point of view, I'm seeing it from his point of view. He's like saying Gabby was very obsessive. She's very obsessive. She has an obsessive personality. Nothing's enough. He keeps saying, nothing's enough. Nothing's enough. I saw this TikTok video, and it was saying that Brian Laundrie's body was found hanging from a tree somewhere in Florida. It's not true. I don't know why people can put out things like that. But it's not true. They didn't find him hanging from a tree. They did not. Not that they wouldn't, but they didn't. That video wasn't true. They were still looking for him. Let's take a look. Let me look at the cards and see if he'll be found alive. Or, gosh, will he be found? I don't know if I should say it. I don't really like to predict death or anything, so I don't even want to really go there if he's going to be found alive or not. I don't really want to go there. Let's see. I'd been shuffling the cards before I turned on the camera, so they've been shuffled up pretty good. All right. The first card I pulled is the Ace of Pentacles. And I believe this is Brian had this opportunity to run. Nobody was watching him, and he had the opportunity to run, and that's what he did. He took off. Queen of Wands. This is a woman. It's a female. This could possibly be his mother. She knows what's going on. She knows, like, he was planning to run, or she maybe knows where he is, something like that, or she's helped him. Yeah, I think it's his mom. His mom knows where he's at. If she doesn't directly know, then she knows, his habits or where he'd go, or, I feel like she's got information, though. I feel like she knows what his plans were before he left. I'm sure that he told her something. She knows something, definitely. This is the Chariot. They're not going to give up until they find him. They're going to keep looking and looking and looking for him, and they will find him. They will. They're going to keep doing it, going and going until they find him. This is the Ten of Swords. It's the last card I pulled. That doesn't look very good, does it? Now, remember, I never predict anybody's death, so I'm not going to say this is him being found dead. I'm not going to say that. But somebody is going to talk. Somebody's going to give him up, okay? So somebody's going to lead the police to him, okay? This is stabbed in the back, betrayal. And it could also be a death, This could also be a death, but I think somebody gives him up for sure. That's how they find him. Maybe the mother gives him up. Maybe she starts talking. But again, I don't want to predict his death, but it doesn't look very good, okay? And also, whenever we see this card, we have to remember that a lot of times people will, this card will indicate that somebody's playing like the victim. You know what I mean? Like, I'm the victim here, not Gabby, I'm the victim. So it could be somebody gives him up, police find him, and then he plays like he's the victim. And on the other hand, he could be the victim of, maybe his own hand. But like I said, I don't really want to go there and say that, but I feel like he's, I think it's both ways, really, but we'll see how it all plays out. It's a very sad situation. Both of those people are beautiful people having a good time in their lives. And I think that this is a good way for all of us to see that what we see isn't always the truth. All those TikTok videos of them being so happy and having a great time, it wasn't real. It wasn't true. Okay? So all these people doing things on social media, and a lot of people are like so jealous. Oh, I wish I was out traveling, doing these things, having a good time. Well, they weren't really having a good time. They were acting like they were having a good time, but they really weren't. So it just goes to show you that you can't even trust what you're seeing in front of you. People are, only showing you what they want you to see. And that goes for a lot of people, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, I can apply that to my own life. My daughter, in her life with her husband, she only showed me what she wanted me to see. And so when she wanted to divorce her husband, it shocks me, Now that these people, this young lady has wound up dead, it's shocking after we see this beautiful picture of them being so happy together. And, it's kind of a lesson to all of us that we can't, trust what's going on without a little further, deeper look into what's really going on. We can't just see what's on the outside. We don't know what's going on the inside of people. So I think it's a lesson for all of us, and I know it's a lesson for me for sure, that I have to be able to look a little deeper, especially in my own life, with what's going on with my family and my children. So hopefully y'all can learn from this situation too and apply it to your lives. It's very, very sad, but they are going to find him, y'all. One way or another, they're going to find him. No doubts about it. All right, you guys, that's it for me. I'm out of here. I hope y'all are doing good. Hope everything's going well. And y'all are having a beautiful fall season. And I will talk to you again soon. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. I love you guys so much. If you'd like to get a reading with me, please look down below. If you need a cleanse or chakra balance alignment, portal closing, just contact me. I'll leave my email below. Love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.